Hello everybody and welcome back to the Western Wilds. So we're still in October then from the last episode. With 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I have froze time because grapes and olives have got to be harvested in this month. So, guess what today's job is? Look how good they look. I'm hoping I've done everything right because for me, this is the first time I've ever done proper grapevines like this. We've had the magical greenhouse that you put a few chemicals in and it seems to give me grapes. But this, proper grapevines, this is the first. And I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure what I've got to do. So let's go and work this out together. Now I know if we go and have a run round here, I have a grape harvester. I've put this in, this silo, because I'm thinking of tipping everything into it. Because we've got a little trailer, but the problem is, I've got big trailers. And I can't get everything in. Like, we've just not got the room. Like, these won't go high enough. The tip point is at the back. The two little conveyor belts. And it won't go into a normal trailer. As you can see, the little one there. It's so tiny. My only worry is, though, I'm not sure if they're expecting someone to do vines this long. At about £60,000 to £70,000 per vine. So, this has a small-ish capacity of about just over 3,000 litres. My worry now is, am I actually going to get to the end of one row? Or am I going to have to stop halfway down to unload? We are all going to find out together. Now, I'm going to start on this side and work my way down. So let's open up our menu here to see what we've got to do. We've got to, we're going to unfold the hot. Oh, it lifts up. Now, we are doing this together. For the first time, for you, me, anybody's watching this, I'm assuming we just go down and harvest and turn the harvester on as normal. But at some point, you are meant to like cultivate and do all that kind of stuff. I'm not really sure when. So let's go and turn this on. And I'm assuming, let's just put some lights on here. I'm assuming we just run down the middle. Oh yeah. It's filling up. Luckily, not at an alarming rate. I wasn't sure what to expect. I'm not exactly sure where we need to keep this. I'm trying to find where we've got to position. Now, I know we can roughly see down the middle. Oh, this isn't easy. So, our first grape harvest on the Western Wilds. And for me, playing on Farm Sim. This is awesome. What's it like inside? Oh, I can see my seat. Should have really adjusted the camera. There we go. Oh, what do we look for now? I'm guessing, are we lined up now? Yes. So roughly, the little joystick, the orange joystick in the middle, we'll keep that level with the vine down the middle and we should be okay. Oh, this is weird. This is weird. Are we catching now? Because if I could, oh yes, I've got to come over a bit. Oh no, I'm stuck. Now, I'm not going to make this look perfect. I will be... Oh, I am stuck. I'm not going to make this look perfect to you and edit all this out and make it look spectacular because this is the first for me. And I want to show you, in case you were doing vines yourself, this is what you can expect. Now, you know what? I am a little worried that I'm not going to get to the end. Oh, this is tricky because you've got to get it down the middle. 11 miles an hour is what we can go. We could probably unlock the speed with the real speed mod. I'm not going to because you can see it's bouncing all over the place. And you can see the little steering wheel twitching back and forth. That's because I'm just slightly correcting it left and right all the time just to try and keep it in the middle. Maybe if you're going to do this for your farm, a little bit of advice for you. Maybe go and like use the landscaping tool and flatten out your land first before you go and put the vines down. Because this will probably be a lot easier if I'd done that. But obviously now the vines are down, I can't use landscaping. It just won't do anything in between the vines. I can around the edge, but not in the middle. So, little lesson for you there from me. Flatten out your ground first before you put the vines down. And then you won't have all this bouncing and shaking about. It will be a lot smoother and a lot easier for you. Now, it's not too bad because this bit of equipment is very nifty. Now, okay, look, we just got to the end. 80% full off one run. My word. We've got 15 of these. Yeah, we're going to end up with a lot of grapes. I'm going to turn it off for now. It's a bit loud when we zoom into it. Let's just have a look. What can we see in here now? Oh, there they are. So you've got little conveyor belts here. Now, this is also where you tip out of. So when we tip, it lifts up and that conveyor belts feed it into a trailer. But as you can see, it's not massively high. And I've got a feeling my Arctic or my other trailers are going to be too high for that to tip into. Which is why they give you special trailers. Now, the trailers don't hold much, but again, I can't get them into a bigger trailer. So this is why I've got the silo. So we can tip into the silo and then fill the bigger trailer from the silo. So we are going to have to do one vine at a time and then empty. So let me go and start this up again. Let me go get the trailer and we'll unload for the first time. Anyone else think this tractor's a little bit small for that trailer? Although this is part of the kit. So this tractor and trailer, this is the right setup. It just looks a bit small. Especially in this view. It's like, anyone see the tractor anywhere? Now, I know on these grapevines we have to do some pruning. This is the pruner. Now, I've only ever seen from other videos that they go like an orangey colour and you have to prune them then. We've not had to do that as of yet. Now, is that something that I've missed? We've got a mulcher here, so we have to do some mulching at some point, but mulching isn't enabled on this map. So does that going to affect things? And obviously we've got some cultivating that we need to do. Now, we've done the fertilizing, but cultivating, I'm not sure when we need to do that. I'm assuming after harvesting. So if you are struggling with anything on Farm Sim, there is a help guide right in the game at the bottom of your menu options where you've got all this. At the bottom, there is a help guide so you can see. So I've just had a quick look about olives and grapes and what we need to do. And it tells you in the middle here about mulching and cultivating and fertilizing between the rows. And obviously we need to do the pruning after the harvest. So you see, this is something, it's all here. If ever you need any help, go check out the help guides. They really do help. Okay, so let's give this a go then. So let's go a bit of a side-on view so we can see. We've got the tractor lined up here. Let's start this thing up. Let's put on our little help menu so we can see. So I'm assuming we back up to it and it will give me the, yeah. So just like any normal thing, you back up to it and you get the tip trigger at the bottom. So let's just go and press this. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. So it's as simple as that. So we are going to have to unload on every run. So I've got my work cut out. So I've just done my second run down. And is it me? I'm sure the first one going up was 80%. This is 86. How's this one yielded better than the last one? Surely they should be the same, shouldn't they? So what I've done as well is I've decided to go and get a trailer at either end. Now, the only reason is because I'm literally filling up after every run. It kind of makes sense. And to move the trailer, what I started to do was drive back down and thought, oh, I'll just start from one end, go up to where the trailer is and so on. But then this thing's so slow, the drive down. That's just a bit of wasted time. So I decided, you know what? It's cheaper just to go and buy another trailer and put one trailer at either end. So this is going to be a bit of a task. So let's turn the harvester on. Let's roll a time lapse.
I wasted all my time, I wasted all my nights, I wasted it on someone who's indifferent. He didn't love me right, he told me I was blind, but I never really wanted to listen. You have been here since day one, see my ups and downs, never left my side once, yeah, you stuck around. Who knew it was you? You have been here all along, you have always been the one, yeah, who knew it was you? You have always been the one, that's true. You have been here all along.
So we've hit the limit then that these trailers can hold at 14,500 litres. So let's go and tip this out. And look at our lovely grapes. Look at that. What a sight. That's a good amount of grapes in there. Let's go get the other trailer. And here's trailer number 2. You might have noticed as well that I did swap out the little tractor for one of the black beauties. It just seems to fit a bit better. It looks better. Them other tractors are so small. And a big lad like me, realistically, it's not going to fit in one of them. So just looking at the grapes and looking at the olives, look at all them olives on there. Do you think we're going to get down from one end to the other in one go without like having to unload like halfway? There's so many more olives on there than grapes, and we can just about make it with grapes. Ooh, this could be a little bit of a worry. So we've got 4 more vines to go, and that'll be the grapes done for this year. Now, let me know in the comments, what do you do with grapes and olives? Have you done grapes and olives? What's your method? Do you put a couple of trailers either end? When do you prune? When do you mulch? Let us know in the comments, because I'd love to know what you do on your farms. I'm going to crack on, get these done, and then we can start tackling some olives, if I can drive in a straight line and not crash again. So we're just on our final run down there, nearly at the end of our first grape harvest on the Western Wilds and on Farm Sim 22. There we go, look at that. Ooh, not as much on that one. Is that one a little bit shorter? 84% on that. It's been 86 all the way along until that very last one. Let's go tip this in here. That has been quite an adventure. Something completely different to do. Some grapes on Farm Sim. I wonder if we'll be able to do anything with the grapes. I know we've got a grape processing unit where we get grapes, grape juice and raisins. But will it take it any further? Will we get wine? I wonder. Let's go and take these trailers, put them in the silo and see what we get for a grand total of grapes. So that's all the grapes in. Let's go and have a quick look in the silo and see what we got. Just over 40,000 litres of grapes. That's not bad going there. That should make a lot of grape juice and a lot of raisins. But I think for now, we are just going to make raisins because we need them for the cereal factory. Now, I'm not sure if these vines and olive groves are going to actually keep up, especially the grapevines. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to keep up with the factory. I'm not sure how much raisins it actually uses. So looking at the grape processing unit then, we put 1 grape in, 1 raisin out. So that is a good ratio. So we should get the same amount in and out of raisins. But what's the cereal factory take? Luckily, it only takes 1 raisin as well as honey, oats and corn. So that's not bad. So yeah, you know what? We might be okay. It depends how quick that goes down and how much it processes, but hopefully we should be okay. If we need to, we can kick in our emergency backup greenhouse with some more grapes. Now though, we've got to jump into this thing, which yes, I know you're thinking, well hang on a minute, that looks exactly the same. It does. It's just got a wider opening, so to speak. And it says olive. That's what tells you the difference. It says olive on the side. So let's go and jump into this one. We'll go give it a go. I am really worried we are not going to be able to do a full rundown. Now this one does have a little bit bigger capacity, so let's go and unfold. We've had to get a different trailer as well because them trailers only support grapes. I have tested this one to make sure it does fit. We can tip into it. So, olives. Oh, this is going to be a snugger fit, isn't it? Look at this. Got a feeling I'm going to be crashing a few times down this one. So let's turn this one on. Ooh. Oh, look at that shaking away. Oh, yes. Okay. So this does hold a little bit more. We get 4,000 litres in this one. But what are we going to get? Is the yield going to be good? Or are we actually going to... Oh, it's snug. Oh, this is tighter. We need to try and keep it in the middle. But as you can see, it's a lot bushier. So it's a bit tricky to sort of get this one spot on. Can we see inside? Again, keeping it level with that little remote control in the middle seems to be right about right. She's filling up, but not as quick as I thought. Just looking at the amount of olives on here, it looked like it was going to be quite a quick process. but I'm hoping we can get to the end at least. So we're just getting near to the end of the first run. And actually, it's not looking to be too bad. 66%. So we're still going to need 2 trailers, one at either end. But that's quite good. I've actually managed to make it down in one run. I was getting a little bit worried about that. So let's go get another trailer, empty this, and then we'll get started. So let's back up the trailers here and go and empty our first load of olives into the trailer. 2,664 litres. Not bad at all. Look at that. Now that's looking like it's filled the trailer quite full already. We might have a few trailer runs on here, so let's go back. Let's start running. Let's do a time lapse.
It's getting closer to midnight. I try to get closer to you. Drinking courage from my red cup now. I will soon make a move. Ooh, I can taste it. The bittersweetness of taking a shot. A risk worth taking. If it's a shot at love, baby, I adore you. Maybe I adore you. Yeah, I'm feeling high, I'm up on cloud nine. Baby, I adore you. I try to focus on breathing. My heart is skipping a beat. Your lips against the red cup makes me lose my mind completely. Ooh, I can taste it. The bittersweetness of taking a shot. A risk worth taking it's a shot at love.
To the trailer's full, it's time to empty the olives into the silo. And when I was doing that time lapse, I bet you were saying, why don't you just empty them straight into the silo? Because I was getting to this end and practically turning around on the silo to empty into the trailer. But don't worry, I was there exactly with you thinking, why am I not just tipping them straight into the silo? Why am I putting them into the trailer? Well, there's no need to worry. The trailer has gone. I did empty it into the silo and I did sell the trailer thinking, yeah, this is pointless. Why am I tipping them in there? Just put them straight into the silo. That's exactly what I'm doing. So the one thing I am finding, which is a little bit trickier than the grapes, is remembering which one you've done. Because from this angle here, it all looks the same. I'm having to get out and have a quick look and go, oh yeah, there's nothing on that one. Yep, oh, there's some olives on that one. So this is the one we're on. But when you go in empty and you come back to it, you're like, oh, which one did I come down? Yeah, it's a little bit trickier. So we've just got a few more to do on the right. I'm going to get these done and I'll come back to you on the last one. So just finishing off our last run of the olives. This has been really good fun to do. Now we've still got more to do. We don't need to do any pruning on the olives apparently. And obviously the olives are a little bit bushier as well, so it's a bit more tricky to keep it down the middle. There we go. Last of the olives going in the trailer. So yeah, like I said, there's no pruning to be done on the olives. I think we just have to mulch and cultivate and obviously fertilize again. But we have to prune on the grapes. And from what I've seen, that they do go like orange, you know, like a brownie orangey kind of color. And that's when you need to prune them. So we will wait to see when that happens and we'll give that a go. The pruner looks interesting. So the last of the olives are going into the silo to see what do we end up in total. Did we get more olives than grapes? Let's turn the engine off. Let's jump out and run over the silo and have a quick look and see what it says. So, just short of 40,000. 39,965. 40,112 on grapes. Very, very close, but not quite. So we've upgraded for a bigger unit then. We'll get this filled up then. We're going to start with grapes. We'll get grapes in here, which will look quite pitiful in a trailer this size. But we'll get all our grapes in. We'll head up to the production yard, and up there We'll put this into the grape unit, and then when we go to bed, we'll have a whole night. Well, technically, a whole month, because we're doing 1 day, 1 month at the minute. So a whole month for this to process. Get us some lovely raisins. If we're just back in here, then we can go and tip in our lovely grapes, which will come out at an alarming rate because this trailer's got a very quick tip rate on it. Let's go in here and have a look. So, 40,000 litres, it holds 90,000, so it's about, yeah, just under half full. We can go and activate raisins then. It won't do anything just yet because the time has been frozen because we don't want to lose any of today. So hopefully, when we go to bed and we come back, we should have some raisins. As soon as we get some raisins, we can start moving stuff across into cereals because we've got everything else. We're just waiting on raisins. So we're back with the olives then at the oil mill. We're going to go tip these into here so we can make some lovely olive oil. So if we're going to have a look on here, we'll be able to activate them. 39,965 litres. It holds 72,000, so we've got plenty to go on there. As you can see, it only holds 5,000 litres, so something tells me it's not going to be very quick to process. And it takes 2 olives to make 1 oil. And it's the same with all of them, actually. So yeah, that's they're not going to go far. I have also, while I was going doing my little trips, I have gone over and sorted out the greenhouse and just gone and filled it up with what it needs. And I'm going to run it, and I'm going to keep the olives and grapes in there just in case we do need them if we are running out and we've not got round to the next harvest yet, because that greenhouse is pretty quick. But for now, though, I think that's been a good day. We can now finally go to bed. And in the next month, what are we doing in the next month? So our last fields then that we need to harvest before this year's over. We've got our sugar beet, 2 little fields there. We've got our sunflowers in this big whopper of a field. And we've got soybeans in this one. They are the last fields to harvest then before this year is over. And then before we just sort of plod on through winter where there's not much going on. Maybe the odd grass cut, I'm not too sure. Might be the last one. You can see at the minute it's still green. We might get one more in before winter hits. But yeah, these are definitely going to be the last crops that we need to harvest. So we will check them out in the next episode. Maybe the next 2 episodes to do them because there's some mighty big fields there. So if you've been enjoying this, then don't forget, give it a thumbs up and let me know that you are liking this. Don't forget to hit subscribe and get notified every time that I put a video out. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.